Okie dokie. This goes here. Hello, hello, welcome in. I'm still getting used to this double stream thing. I see Drew jumped in, but he's muted and deafened, so I don't know what that means. We'll find out. I probably need to check my audio volumes because it was quiet the other day. Hopefully that will be alright. I think the fan is competing with my voice. We'll see here. Pop out the chat. Dalcor at one point in time gave me a Python script that, thank you Darth Botto, welcome in. Thank you, I appreciate that. To put, howdy, welcome in.
Really loud.
Really loud? Okay. How about that?
Deafened and a little bit quieter.
A little bit quieter?
Probably split the difference between what you had and this one.
Oh yeah, my mic is booming. I don't know what is going on. So I keep having to adjust my microphone. Really loud, everyone. Protect your ears. Let me see if that gets worse or better. Test. Is that better? I feel like that should be worse.
I have my speaker set to 56 at the moment, and you're really quiet now.
I'm really quiet now? Okay. That's
Yep.
not bad. Really quiet I can deal with.
Like,
Let's test
I would
right
have
there.
to turn you up to 100.
Okay. Well, yeah, put me at 100. Or, okay. Discord is weird because, like, if you go volume-wise, I have you at 200 because you're really quiet.
Well,
And I've
when I
turned it
mean
at,
like
50.
100, I mean like my actual laptop speakers for my to my headset.
That's not what I want. I do hear the fan. You were a good volume for me. Corvus is always silent, though. Druid, I have you muted and deafened. So I don't know. Let me see. Hold on, maybe. Oh, you mean in the stream? Okay. I can turn the Discord audio up a little bit. We'll try that. Chorus, how about now?
Hello.
I'm gonna turn chorus.
Sounds like a. Let's see.
Okay.
What do I have you set on Discord?
If you didn't have headphones, you don't.
I have you at 95 in Discord.
95%. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
If you can't hear me, we'll.
Look, it's been forever since I talked to anyone on here.
It's been like a week. Yeah. I was gone all last week. Most of last week. You're playing some games.
Yeah.
Which is your want. Botto says, UI and environmental. Okay, so this is all about game stuff, so we shouldn't talk about that on stream.
Speaking of games, saving it and pausing
You
it.
can play your game. That's fine.
Oh no, it
Don't let me shame
It
you.
would
into not
tank
playing your
everything.
game. You guys in Ramish stuff. Nice. Okay. Today's a weird one because it's it is today was supposed to be the Patreon only live stream. Like anyone can watch it and participate, but I was going to draw stuff for all the Patreon members, but nobody submitted anything. So if you are a Patreon member or a YouTube member or a Discord subscriber, we will draw your stuff today. That's the plan. So until then, I'll just start drawing my own stuff. I just realized the bird is not talking. There we go. Now it is. Maybe I am too quiet.
Yeah.
So my threshold might not be high enough. Boop, 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 boop. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, it's real quiet. Okay. New plan. I'm going to turn this up. I'm going to turn this up a little bit more. That's better. And then I'm going to turn the fan down. Sorry, Skip Cat. You're going to get cold.
I'm going to turn down my speaker volume because I hate loud noises in my ears.
Oh. I tweaked my back yesterday carrying like lumber, but that'll happen. So I'll try to relax today.
I think the only time I've ever done that with lumber was when I was carrying a large piece of plywood and it got twisted around and.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah. It's not the weight; it's the awkward shapes that'll get you.
Oh yeah. And now I need to turn Druid down.
Hello, by the way.
Ooh, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I've been
good. How was your guys' holidays?
It was alright. I cut down a tree. That was fun. That's about all I did.
Like back home or there?
I went to a nothing werewolf. Jesus, Nebby. I went to some family friends and just helped them take care of some stuff because I own a chainsaw. So it was a thing of happenstance that we did. You know how I go. Vacations are just an excuse to work somewhere else.
Yeah. Do a different job somewhere else for someone new.
Yep.
Need to tie you down one day. Make you relax.
Best of luck.
Robot chicken him.
Yep.
You realize that's a Clockwork Orange reference, right?
No, I did not know. I did not. I thought that it was just a robot chicken reference.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Clockwork Orange, I don't know if I suggest it. It's out there. It's out there and it's violent. Well, I mean, that's where ultra-violence comes from, but...
Yeah. It's definitely in the category of weird art house films, but I guess a bit more mainstream than some art house films.
Oh, Clockwork Orange is the thing that Robot Chicken is referencing.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah. If you've not seen the GIF of, I can't remember the guy's name, with his eyes held open, just screaming wildly.
I was like,
hey, I have seen the GIF. I have not seen the film, and I did not know it was called Clockwork Orange.
Yep.
The main character is a hoodlum, and goes out and performs some ultra-violence, and they put him in a re-education center. That's what that movie is about.
Right.
Yeah. Very dystopian.
I'm just trying to think of the saying about bossing say from the Avatar show.
There's no war in Bossing Say.
Or in Bossing say. Yes, I recently got back into the mod that for my one game I play. Just so happened there was a update for it coming like 2 days after I reinstalled it.
Nice.
I now can form a massive empire of harpies if I want.
Nice. Finally caught up to Heroes of Might and Magic 3, huh? After 15 years.
Well, like the mod is... I don't know how old the mod is, but this mod clearly is someone's like D&D homebrew world.
Just wanted to make something and added stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
It's like... They even have like... They'll like... On their Reddit, they'll occasionally post like updated lore, and they use the alignment system and everything.
No.
And it's just like,
you fool! They just got rid of that.
right?
No, Pathfinder just got rid of that.
I immediately disagree with several alignments. I was like, no, this Corn girl, she is not chaotic good. At best, she's chaotic neutral. She literally rains blood onto people that displeases her.
All right.
Yep.
Wait, is
Currently-
WotC also dropping alignment?
They're trying to do whatever Paizo is doing. So
They dropped like a defined alignment for creatures. So
yeah.
Okay.
in stat blocks, instead of like a go dragon is always lawful good, is a go dragons are typically lawful good, but do not have to be.
I think they just added the word typically in front of everything.
Mhm.
And then
I mean,
some
easy
things
to
like
fix for my book.
yeah. And then they switched a lot of like I think the paladin damage no longer does evil creatures. It's like specifically fiends, aberrations, and whatever else, depending on
Okay.
Yeah.
what you're picking. So it's more based around the creature type instead of the
But that
alignment.
was in 5th edition.
Yeah.
Like in beginning of 5th edition. So
Yeah.
I
But
think they finally just removed all the other stuff that said specifically like good or evil on it.
okay.
yeah,
So it really only
Interesting.
affected like 5 spells. But
because like the protection of good and evil, it has to do with like protection against fae, fiends, undead, and celestials.
I think that's what they did with the cleric. Cleric or the is it? I know the paladin's sense can see fae, fiends, and celestials
And undead.
Yeah.
and undead, and I can't remember if the cleric turn evil is just turn undead. Is that what it is, or does it also affect the faes and fiends?
I
So
think I'm not 100% sure, but
There
I
might be a
thought that it was
specific one
just
that
turn
does.
undead.
Yeah.
yeah, so there is a. I think it's specifically with the arcane domain
Okay.
called like Abjure Enemy or something like that, where you can use your turn undead on fae, fiends, and celestials.
Okay. That might be what I was thinking of.
So the way that works then is you just become more pretentious than the wizards, and so they have to turn away because you've deflated their egos.
Yes.
That's the most pretentious sounding name I've ever heard. And as a pretentious asshat myself, I would know.
Let's see. It's a weirdly kind of, I guess not well-rounded, but like a quite diverse range for a cleric. Because yeah, I was wrong. It's called Arcane Abjuration,
Okay.
and it functions as turn undead, but instead of instantly killing them if they're really low level, you cast banishment on them.
Okay.
So, which I think is
Interesting.
kinda cool.
That is pretty cool. I'll admit, that's pretty cool.
Can't tell if I'm like riddled with kidney stones or my back hurts. I'm just
Or
uncomfortable.
both.
Yeah. Everything hurts. It's great.
I love the little kiwi cycle pump.
I don't know if it was meant to be a kiwi though.
I'm bad at drawing birds, I've discovered, so I'm practicing.
Well, all birds are just basically a pear shape or a gourd shape, depending on the gourd.
Yep, or a dong shape.
Yeah, or a dong shape.
Which is also just gourd shape.
Yeah.
Flaming hosts can fly, but when they do, it kind of looks like a man falling backwards.
Flaming hose.
Is that a reference to something?
I assume that's
Yeah.
a Creepy Dave skit.
That's a creepy Dave sketch.
I tried to show my friend some of those during Thanksgiving,
Uh
and we were watching. It does look like a kiwi. It was we were watching a handful of them, and then we started watching some of like the sea cucumber ones, and he's just like, I hate this, I don't want to watch this, I can't watch this anymore. And he just like got out of the room, and I was like, huh, we just discovered a new thing. That's great.
Weird, because I literally scroll across a short, and I think it's an AI voice. I'm not entirely sure. it's definitely not like text to speech because it's not super robotic-y, but like the cadence is just off.
Is it that guy that sounds
Enough.
like this?
Sounds like a young guy, but it could be a real person, and just maybe purposely trying to be weird. But just like this woman picks up a sea cucumber and it begins to squirt everywhere. Like, thanks.
They vomit out their lungs. It's great. Or is it their intestines? I can't remember. Their only defense is to just gross out the thing that they're attacking.
Yep.
Yes, the goo.
Yep. Check out my insides!
You think I'm tasty? I give you mucus.
Blah. Check
I
out
mean,
this
some
sea cucumber as it jizzes all over this person. Well, God, come on.
That's essentially what this video says. I was like,
Yeah.
it's not what it's doing. But
Yeah.
okay.
All right, perv.
Exactly.
Man, this little GIF that you posted, Corvus, like, is it just me or do kiwis look like their center of gravity is way off? Like they look to me like they should fall over.
They should need a tail. The problem is that like there's no mass on their head. But like if
Yeah.
they had a little tail, they'd be a velociraptor. So what evolutionarily made them lose their tails? That's the question.
I don't know, being isolated on New Zealand.
Maybe tails got them caught.
Maybe. I know
There's
that
a number of
like,
flightless
they don't
birds.
really have natural predators, do they?
No. As far as other
Not
than us
anymore.
and the dogs we introduced and cats, there were
Yeah.
no
No predator.
natural predators for them.
Yeah, I remember watching a video that was talking about like the lack of predation is one of the reasons that when they produce an egg, the egg takes up its like 60% of their body cavity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The less you eat something, or the less something gets eaten, the less babies it has.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they have to balance their population differently, if in a different way.
Don't want to have too many babies.
Yeah,
That
because
competition.
then the competition for food and space gets real bad. Well, your
So
birth rate has to roughly equal your death rate.
I do wonder.
Hey, Bri.
Time to Google.
Welcome in, welcome in.
Related.
Bri, you are a YouTube member today, so if you have a suggestion to be drawn, please let me know. It is the Patreon stream. And so far, there's no Patreons.
I was right. Somehow. Yeah. Okay. So this is the weird thing I just kind of slowly processing through. In both New Zealand and I'm pretty sure Madagascar, flightless birds are super common.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Madagascar does have natural predators because there is the Fusa. Like, I don't think outside of humans there were any natural predators in New Zealand, hence why birds developed less flight. Because there was like the moa bird, which are giant terror birds.
Mm-hmm.
Not literal terror birds.
Somebody I
And
saw
then
yesterday.
We ate them all.
Okay, so is the moa extinct?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm, most likely.
Most likely.
There have been sightings of them, like cryptid-like things. So, I feel like if there was a place for them to live, probably would be New Zealand. It's not a super populated place.
Fair.
But probably not one of the huge versions of them.
There's somebody making claims that there is an extremely small population of Tasmanian tigers.
I hope so. Bring back the file signal.
Yeah.
Man, there's enough big things that I don't want running into the road right now that exist. That if, like, I don't know.
I will say, Tasmanian tigers were not super big. They were like,
Why did they
I
get
think
killed?
smaller, because they hunted sheep
Ah, okay.
when the English brought sheep over. It's like, hey, look at this dumb herd animal that I can easily eat. But yeah, they were about the size of like a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, I don't know, chocolate lab size?
Yeah, or a bit smaller.
A bit smaller? Yeah. Anyway, it would be very cool if the thylacine was not truly extinct. It would be very cool if it wasn't even functionally extinct.
I challenge you to say that if the United States had elephants. That's all I'm saying. Like bears? Bears are great. I love bears. Don't want them to be huge. And just decide, you know, I'm just going to eat everything in this house. That's people. There's people in that house.
Yeah.
Dystopian Santa Claus in a wasteland desert, carrying about a Christmas present made of cobbled together found scraps, or a monkey paw gremlin. My propensity for wait, is propensity a good thing or a bad thing?
It can be either or.
What is a strong taste? I guess it's just
strong distaste.
Prejudice. Proclivity just means you do something.
Yeah, yeah. Proclivity means you're inclined towards a specific action.
My proclivity for
Position.
disliking post-apocalyptic things makes me want to do the monkey goblin. But Combat Santa sounds kind of fun too.
Violent, not Santa.
Yeah. This is one Santa that's going out the front door. Stupid Scrooged. Okay. I think I'm warmed up. We're drawing some burbs.
I like the masked Moa.
I like the little squat one.
I'm gonna have to figure this out. I want to draw more chunky birds.
Maybe you should go to the local zoo and do a bird study.
I could do that. Having a bad work day, I might have to start doing fair patrol. Oh no.
That's where I work at a zoo or a vet.
Close enough.
Don't have to answer. just let me clarify. No answer is required.
Elvenair, hello, hello. Monkey Paw, Warlock, Wild Magic, Sorcerer, for all the chaos. Well, it looks like we're just drawing a bunch of Monkey Paws today, then.
Oh, so basically a zoo.
Basically a zoo. What? I keep clicking the... Elven Hair, you didn't give me a race. Is my job a monkey paw wish? I mean, does it fulfill one of your life requirements? I wish I had all the money in the world. Become the most popular person on OnlyFans. Dang it.
I mean,
I keep accidentally taking
that
pictures of
than
my
an
butt.
influencer. I'd rather be that than an influencer.
I mean, oh my god, the amount of Taylor Swift garbage that's all over the
Careful.
news and stuff. No. I'm not saying Taylor Swift is garbage. I'm just saying, like, the amount of people talking about her, like, talking smack and, like, just getting up in her business, it blows my mind. Like,
Yeah.
Like, it's bananas. So, that could definitely be a monkey
I had
paw.
to ask,
Right.
what is this?
What? What is what?
Because I've been out. What's been going on?
Oh,
with Taylor Swift?
Bry asked if his job was a monkey paw wish. And so...
And you were just kind of saying in general stuff about Taylor Swift. Okay.
Yeah. So
Right,
I'm saying Taylor Swift
specifically.
is definitely the monkey paw variation of that. You know, like, I want to be a famous songwriter. It's like, you're going to be so famous that people are going to change football teams just because you go. It's like, okay, too much. Sorry, I was just commenting on you guys. But if you want one, fairy would fit mine. Okay, well, over here it is the Patreon live stream today. So if you have a suggestion, since you are a YouTube member, you also can suggest something.
You could also argue that she herself is a monkey paw because she gives other people fame, but only if they break up with her.
Well, that's fair too.
I have never in any way actively interacted with anything Taylor Swift. I don't even know if I've actually heard one of her songs.
The only song I know by her is the one that the Skrillex goat one.
Oh yeah. Shake it off, shake it off. Yeah. That's the only one I really know.
I don't remember what gremlins look like. I'm just drawing a fuzzy goblin at this point.
I mean, yeah. You want a picture of a mogwai?
I might need one, yeah. I just realized how big a monkey paw would be compared to a gremlin. It'd be pretty big.
I was gonna say gremlins in that movie are pretty scaly though.
Scaly?
Yeah, they're kind of scaly.
Like when they transform?
Yeah.
Got a ferret polish. Something I forgot to mention in the monkey paw video was the like the transference of monkey paws.
Mm-hmm.
Which could be really funny. It's just like someone shows up and they're like, "I'll sell you this for $1," and you're like, "Yeah, sure." And then after you make your last wish, the hand just disappears. And that old guy just keeps selling it. Like, who's the old guy? Is it the devil? Like, what's going on? I want to know more about that guy.
Is it the Goblin King?
Could be the Goblin King. David Bowie came around and offered you a monkey paw. Would you take it?
I don't know. Depends on how aware of things I am in the given moment.
Spider gremlin.
Oh god.
Did not know that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
It's in the second one, I think. Where they all get mutated.
Imagine shaking hands for a devil's deal. Oh, you see a rogue? And switch the hands with the monkey paw? Which, like, you're shaking the monkey paw? I still like the idea that the gremlins have like a aura of bad luck. They can disassemble things like instantaneously.
Touch anything electronic and it immediately short circuits and emits the blue smoke.
Gremlins just have a bonus to blue smoke production.
Best movie ever. Kind of wanted to push back on Bryce saying that was the best movie ever.
Yeah, everybody's allowed to their opinions.
And yep. Even if they're wrong. I'm kidding. I've only ever saw it once, and I'm just like, eh.
You gotta bring. If it's not the best, you have to bring your own. Bring your own receipts. So, what is the best movie ever?
First Gremlins movie.
Oh, the first one.
The scene where that cranky businesswoman gets thrown out the window in her wheelchair lift. Great scene.
I was just so enamored with the fact that you could put a electric chair on the stairs. I was like, what? That's a thing?
Yeah. It was more or less like a chair escalator.
Yeah.
But yeah, like her just getting
Yeeted out a window?
Like, yep. She's like, they're coming to get me. I was like, yeah, probably.
But Gremlins 1 didn't have Greta, did it?
I saw a scene from the Chucky TV show last night. And this lady's just talking to Chucky, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, no. I'm a schizophrenic. You're not real." And he's like, "Okay." like someone actually freaked out Chucky because he didn't know what the hell was going on. I assume he was in some kind of, like, mental ward or something, or
Possibly.
hospital, but...
I haven't actually seen the show. I hear nothing but good things about it.
Bigger eyes. I need bigger eyes.
Do you want any of the dad's inventions? Didn't he have like a weird, his own version of an orange juicer? I wouldn't mind one of those.
What, the Chucky? What are we talking about?
No, in
Gremlins.
Gremlins.
God, it's been a long time since I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of them all the way through. Literally just snippets.
I saw the first one when I was very young, and like it scared me for a long time. Like the Christmas music in that movie like made me scared of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's like the scene where they're first like starting to change and everything and go evil. It's like, do you hear what I hear?
Yeah, it's like,
It's like that was a very weird version of that song, though, too. It's like, creepy. It's both a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie. Let's see. How are my goblins doing? Still colonizing? Yes.
is that like a auto clicker?
No, well, at the current moment, yes, it is kind of just not really auto clicker, just
It plays by
letting
itself.
time go by until they.
Okay.
Yeah. I am slowly retaking the Dwarven railroad system.
I started watching the Hobbit movies,
Mm-hmm.
and first off, they're way better than I remember them being. But secondly, there were a few moments when I was like, oh god, this part's coming up, and then I watched it and I was like, oh, actually, I don't remember why I hated it so bad. And then something would happen and be like, oh, that was it right there. Like,
Yeah. Like, they're not great. They're not the worst.
yeah, they're not. They're very much like the episode 1. They have the same kind of feel to them. It's just like at the time nobody wanted this, and why does it exist? And now that it's kind of just there, it's like, oh yeah, I like this. This is fun.
Yeah.
This is more content.
Yeah.
And then, like, you just gotta emotionally remove yourself from the scenes where they just take things a step too far.
Sure.
Aside from Azoth, I liked everything really about them. And
Yeah.
the weird forced romance. Not forced, but like very much like we're gonna add this romance just because we want it in here.
Yeah, and like I said, at this point, like this time when I watched it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. It's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. But
Yeah.
But I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, the fuck is that? Like, what's going on here?
Are you talking about the mini romance between the elf lady and the dwarf guy? Yeah.
Yep.
That was not supposed to happen because it completely
Undermines the entirety of
the Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Hey, Sai.
I mean he dies. Spoilers. It's
I
fine.
haven't gotten that part yet. Sorry, welcome in. How you guys doing? How do you guys get celebrate Thanksgiving? We don't celebrate here in Sweden. Yeah, I went to my friend's house and I did yard work. That's what we did. Watch some movies.
I spent time with my extremely large, frustratingly conservative family and ate so much turkey that I thought I was going to puke. So
I didn't go. I stayed home with the dogs
Nice.
and got leftovers.
now that's the way to do it.
I actively prefer Thanksgiving leftovers a lot of times. I don't know why.
Tomorrow is Jump Rope's birthday, and I need to make a cake. You saying that just reminded me of that. I need to make a cake tonight.
Oh. Nice fruitcake.
Fruitcake.
Oh, fruitcake takes so long to bake. Are you kidding me?
The original birthday cake.
I've got a little bit of snow. The worst thing about my weather right now is that it's so incredibly dry. I will actually wake up gasping because, well, like, the mucosal membrane in my nose and throat dries out to the point where I feel like I'm suffocating. I'm not, but it feels like it.
That was happening to me, but it turned out it was heartburn.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would wake up just like kind of gasping, but it's because my throat was burning. Watch out for that. Artificer armor. All right, Elvin, thank you. I will put that on the list. I feel like this is going to be kind of I think what we'll do is what's heartburn? Heartburn is like acid reflux. That's the more
Yeah, it's
medical
it's
term.
when
Scientific
you're
Your tum make too much acid and it makes your heart hurt.
yeah, it backs up into your esophagus, up into your throat, and it burns.
It's an American thing, just from eating too much crappy food.
To be fair, it's a first world thing.
It can also be a genetic thing, but
Yeah.
oh, sigh, my sweet sore child. What would a gremlin monkey paw wish for? Yeah, I don't know. Food before dinner, or food before midnight. You get acid reflux, but you don't get heartburn. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
They're the same
Heartburn is the American
colloquialism for it. Yeah.
colloquialism for it. Yeah.
Heartburn can encompass a lot of different things: indigestion, acid reflux, just like an upset stomach.
Yep.
Bloating. Heartburn. Uncomfortableness.
While we have Pepto-Bismol.
Yep.
Consume Prowlesec.
I think the British call Pepto-Bismol Gaviscon or something like that. I think that's like their version of it.
Yeah. Trying to think about
Like
what
a
it
weird
actually
pepperminty, chalky milk.
is. Yeah. Milk of magnesia, is that the same thing?
It is
Maybe?
a different medicine with the same that does the same thing. So Tums relies on calcium carbonate to counteract the acid. Milk of magnesia relies on a basic magnesium salt. Pepto-Bismol relies on bismuth. Yeah.
That's what makes it pink. And if you dry it out, it turns into cool crystals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to separate out the metal, but yeah.
Yeah. Forms really cool geometric patterns.
So I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to sketch the other one, and then if no one else shows up, I'm just going to come back and keep reiterating them until they get better and better. That's the plan so far.
Sounds good. I mean, Elven Hair did drop $5 to give you a female dwarf artificer.
I wrote it down.
Just wanted to make sure that we acknowledged it because I'm not sure we did.
People were talking.
At least Rick.
I poked at it, and then we kept talking about stuff. Braided hair, plated armor. She's trying to enchant. Trying to enchant to rival. She's trying to enchant to rival the legendary artificers of the dwarves. Artifacts of the dwarves. Okay. I think I understand what that's saying, but yeah.
She has ambition. She wants to be a great artificer that other dwarven artificers would look up to.
Sticker Mule keeps trying to make me buy glitter stickers. I don't want to do that.
What do you mean by glitter stickers?
Like stickers.
Like another form of hologram?
Mm-hmm.
Or holograph?
Stop. Twitch, get out of here. Okay. Ooh, does she have a beard?
I mean, she's a dwarf. She needs to have mutton chops at the very least.
The minimum, yeah. Yeah, pizza and Mountain Dew at 12 o'clock. That would make sense. When are they allowed to eat again? At sunrise?
Sunrise, I think. Again, I don't know. I didn't watch the whole movie.
Yeah. Never get them wet. Never feed them after midnight. And never let them get in the sunlight.
Wait, really?
I think it
Yeah,
kills him,
because
doesn't it?
sunlight. Yeah, it's poison to him.
Oh.
Like
Oh, is that
even
is
bright, like even bright lights kind of stun them.
interesting. I was not aware of that.
They're
That
kind of
is-
like vampires.
Yeah. That always
So
reminds me
is
of the
is
way.
that how they get rid of them?
Yeah, I mean some of it is. Yeah, they hit him with different lights and stuff. But I think Gizmo like breaks a window and it kills one of them, but then he's trapped there because he broke the window. I think that's how the first movie ends. It might be the second movie.
I know the one who was kind of causing all of them jumps into like a water fountain and tries to create more. But they shattered like a window or something to let the sunlight come in and kind of just cooks. Very gross.
Yeah, they do a good job.
No, elven hair sunlight sensitivity is not a strictly a vampire thing. I think if they were to be vampire spawn, they would have to also suck blood.
Unless they're energy vampires. Takes that energy to the literal thing where they gotta eat electricity.
Oh, that goes a different way than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I mean, energy vampires are supposed to like drain like emotional energy. Like that one vampire from What We Do in the Shadows.
I like the different vampires in Dresden.
Yeah, same.
There's like fear vampires and the blood vampires, and then vampires that like feed off of like sexiness.
Megan Sale.
Kind of.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. I will, like I said, I think we're gonna go back and I'll probably do another line layer of it, so I'll actually clean it up because I think we're gonna have time today. So yeah, I'll probably try to do another pass at it. Give him a little more detail. I'm just gonna do the sketch first, then we'll bounce back and forth.
Let's see. I'm what, 5 books into the series? Do they play around anymore with the Black Court, the fear vampires?
Oh yeah.
Is that like, I remember reading specifically that the Black Court got basically toasted. The Black Court's more or less gone. And then it's the Red Court is the traditional bloodsucker vampires.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And then the White Court is the lust vampires that are loosely allied with Dresden.
Yeah, the succubuses.
Yeah.
Where can I find the vampires that feed off depression? Did you guys? What was it? In American Gods, TV is one of the new age gods, and he's like, and they're constantly fighting with, I think, is it internet? What's the new guy? Media? I can't remember the name.
Social media.
Yeah, they added social media or something in there as one of the new gods, and they're just like, and TV's all pissed off about it. He's like, no, power.
Is it the e-boy guy who gets decked a couple times?
He's just constantly vaping nonstop.
Yep.
Ugh.
All the bad stereotypes of like my little brother's generation rolled into a character.
I've only seen one clip of American Gods, and it was a diatribe by Anansi, and that just fucking floored me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest show ever.
Oh yeah, you should watch it. You should read the book. The book is really good. The show is good too. I've only seen the first season though. I need to catch up on it.
Yeah, though I would just go ahead and tell you this. He doesn't stick around. They end up firing the actor.
Oh, sad.
The guy that played Anansi?
Yeah,
Does he get replaced, or do they just send the god away?
I think he just gets written out of their version of the story.
I'm trying to remember how much he was actually in the book.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in the book that much. Is that a god or something akin to the Chaos Demon from Warhammer? Because that sounds like a monstrosity.
Anansi is the
Trickster god from Africa.
yeah, the trickster spider related god from some
West
I think
Africa.
it's West African tribal religions.
Mm-hmm. Gets transformed into Brer Rabbit or Briar Rabbit. I don't know exactly how it's supposed to be pronounced here in America.
I did not realize that those were related.
Yep.
Interesting. Which means that Splash Mountain in Disneyland is based off of Anansi.
Whether or not Disney knew it, it's a different story.
Yeah, who knows? It does not appear externally that Disney has ever cared that much about the stories they ripped off. The more you know. Yep.
Hans Christian Andersen was just Walt Disney.
This is mine now.
Yeah.
You made this? I made this. To be fair, The Little Mermaid does get a better shake in Disney's version.
Oh, a lot of the Grimm books are messed up. Like, not even just like, oh, that's creepy. It's like, that's messed up. That's messed up. Why did you write this? So I'm fine with Disney gentrifying them a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I think in one of the earlier versions of Snow White, like the queen is like forced to dance in like red hot iron shoes.
Mm-hmm. They do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. Like old fairy tales are horrifying.
Cinderella's sisters cut off and mutilate their feet so that they can fit into the slippers.
Yeah.
Like,
and nobody cares that when it goes on Cinderella's foot, it's literally soaked in blood.
Rook probably doesn't know this, but Druid, you know the musical called Into the Woods?
Oh yeah.
They actually have that in Into the Woods.
Yeah.
The shoe thing. Even got made it into the movie, which is weird.
That is weird. That is not a thing that I would have expected them to adapt into the movie.
Yep.
No. Into the Woods is weird. It is at once both shockingly true and wildly deviant deviates wildly from the original stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I have had a very hard time figuring out what aspects are which. I eventually gave up and haven't thought about Into the Woods in years.
Into the Woods.
I've got this awesome collection of old I think they're Irish fairy tales, and in one of them fairies steal a child, and a woman literally has to this is one of the tamest ones. A woman has to enter into the summer court in order to bargain to get her child back.
That sounds pretty tame for most fairy things.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. There is a small amount of body horror in it as well, though. Yeah. And some amnesia, I believe.
Who are you?
It was very interesting because the mother had to leave her child briefly while she was foraging for food because she was a poor widow. Um, and the fairy, like the fae, literally just came along, found the baby, looked up, and down the path that the baby was on,
Sweet free
said,
baby.
"Yeah, no, literally that they said, well, this was left here. Whatever is abandoned is ours." Despite the fact that the baby was not literally abandoned, and they just took it.
Well, that's debatable. By all laws of the land. Legitimate salvage.
But that idea of whatever I can get away with, I'm gonna do, like that idea makes it into a lot of my fae when I play D&D.
That's good. Sorry, I'm struggling thinking about how this hand would go. Because hands are tough.
Hands are tough. And you have chosen a pretty difficult angle.
Yeah.
I suppose I shouldn't say chosen. You fell into an interesting pose that makes this a pretty difficult angle.
Yeah. I think I might go a little more vague. I guess if she's an armor, she probably isn't making a cup. Did anybody answer what they thought well, I guess Druid answered what they thought a monkey paw gremlin would wish for.
Yeah.
But I'm also of the mind that, once again, if you're like a monkey paw warlock, you get way more wishes than you should normally.
I don't know, I'm suspicious of any free gift.
Oh yeah, it's never free.
Exactly.
Never free.
Yeah. The contract didn't say anything about free. It said, this is what you get, unlimited wish spells, and there is a price. And the only thing you can't wish for is mitigation of the price.
No backsies.
Yeah.
No
You get free wishes. I, as the patron, get to decide what it costs.
I love Futurama. Futurama's great. And there's an episode where Fry goes to the robot devil so that he can play the whatever he's trying to play, holophone, I think. And so he makes a deal with the devil that he'll trade his hands for any robot's hands so that he can play it. And it just ends up being the robot devil. And so he's got the devil's hands, and he becomes super famous, and the devil's just like, I want my hands back. It's like, no backsies.
Like a weird inverse of the movie Idle Hands,
Yeah.
which is a weird movie.
But the way the devil gets his hands back is he deafens Leela so that she can't hear him play, and so he trades back his hands for her to be able to hear. It's sweet, but it's a fun play on the monkey paw.
Yeah.
Deal with the devil.
It's also extortion, which should be in violation of a contract.
No, it's just another contract.
That was such a,
Debatable.
that
The
was such a, like a business move to say, oh no, this is a completely different contract.
This is a different contract. Just because you made a deal to buy as much corn as you can, and then the same person with a conflict of interest decided to buy all the corn first, and then sell it to you anyways. Like, that's a separate contract. You might have to disclose that, but debatable.
oh, but Lilu didn't trade away her hearing, did she? Did
No,
he just
no. What
take it?
happened was he, the robot devil, traded Bender's shiny metal ass for a giant air horn, which he then used to deafen Leela.
Okay, okay.
Because the robot devil knew that Bender couldn't help but blast somebody in the ears with it. So everybody did not make out except Fry. He made many, many deals until he knew Fry would trade his hands back.
Okay. I'll allow that. If he literally like went to like I had assumed from what you said that he literally just went to Lilo and
Took her
went
ears?
like
No.
yeah, just took her ears and was like, well, I'm gonna use this to get what I want.
I think what happened was he deafened Leela, and then Leela felt bad, so she went there and made a deal to get robot ears, and he traded it for her hand, which he meant to marry her, which made Fry like, fine, take my hands back. So it was a whole rigmarole, but it was a good show. It was a good episode. Genetic Repo Opera. I watched that and I still don't fully understand what's happening. Like I have the gist of it, but I couldn't get into it.
Surgery.
Yeah.
We're really running the gambit on pop culture references and media, aren't we?
Yep. How's the stream today? Is it not exploding?
No,
Yeah,
it's looked good
everything's
so
fine.
far.
That's good.
Did you guys hear that?
Nope.
I just yawned and my jaw popped really loud.
I was stretching this morning
Furious
because my
that it came
back
through.
hurts,
Mm-hmm.
and like my hip popped, and I was just like, ugh. And I was like, that felt kind of good, and now it hurts again. I was like, dang it.
Mm-hmm. You gotta crawl.
Yep. Yeah,
Crawl on your
exercise
hands and
more.
knees.
Probably doesn't help that I, drove like 8 hours and
Oh, definitely not.
excuse me. It's one of my girlfriend's favorite movies. I also can't understand it.
I'm probably not really understanding about it. Like, isn't it like it's about a society who's like obsessed with getting surgeries?
Yeah. So this is my basic understanding, which is probably worse than like a wiki. Essentially, to be popular and rich and powerful, you have to be beautiful. So everybody just like buys plastic surgery, but the thing is that no one can pay for it, so they always
Repossessed it.
well, they borrow money to get better organs and look prettier and stuff, and then the main character is the person who goes around and repos the stuff that you can't pay for. Like you would repossess a car, but he's like, I have to repossess your liver and your lungs because you couldn't afford them. That's the premise. Paris Hilton's in it, and her face falls off, and there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, Paris Hilton actually does stuff besides be an heiress?
Yep.
I did not know that.
She had her own TV show for a while. But it was about being rich and pretty.
And there.
Could I get a goblin soldier with a tall, fluffy hat like those British guards, like just the big beaver hats, or like a naval officer hat? Do you want the actual palace guard or the cavalry hat?
Yeah, like the palace guard, the grenadier hat.
Okay.
I had to look up their name. Like, yeah, it's the grenadiers.
Okay. I think that's probably a good place to stop this one anyhow. We'll come back and we'll add
Partially
some more
because I
detail.
realized my little goblin units, when they eventually get guns, this is what they'll turn into.
That's funny.
They get the little tall giant hats.
Little goblin sappers. Kaboom! I can see my house from here. Stupid. I was reading an article this morning about.
Okay, Palin.
Sorry, no, that was a Warcraft. That was a Warcraft 1 joke.
Oh, I just said I could see Rush.
No,
What you said sound like Palin.
So there's goblin sappers and goblin flying machines, or is it dwarven flying machines? I don't remember, but one of the things they say is I can see my house from here. That's definitely the dwarven flying machines. Gnomish flying machines? Might be a gnomish flying machine. But then the goblin sappers are just run around and I wish I had a weapon. Kaboom! Okay. Tiny goblin with a big fur hat. Got it. Ooh, football head. Goblin Grenadier is a terrifying concept, but only if they're actually good at what they do. Yeah. That's why the Goblin Sappers are great. They just go and blow up. Carry this over there. You got it!
Say, I do like Warhammer goblins. They're pretty chaotic. So there's...
Don't they have like a
one
average lifespan of like 6 minutes or something?
Oh, I have no idea. So there's a group of them called the Night Goblins, and they're constantly fighting the dwarves, and they have these like Night Goblin berserkers who get hyped up on this like beer made with like hallucinogenic mushrooms, and it also gives them super strength. So they take giant ball and chains and start spinning around into the ranks of the dwarves. Pretty great.
There's another man in 40. No, what's just the regular Warhammer? I think there's a unit of like I can't remember what it's called, but it looks like a tiny Pac-Man monster that's driven.
Oh, yeah.
Driven by a goblin that rides inside of it. Like,
yep.
They just sit on the tongue. It was in one of the videos.
I have seen that. I need to figure out how to get the inventor's construct companion thing to work in our game, so you guys can actually meet Curdle.
Wouldn't you just create it as an animal companion?
No, because it has a great deal more functionality.
Can you not just create it as a player?
I tried, and no, because it functions differently, so I can't give it levels and abilities, and there's no class for it, and I can't make it just a construct. So because of the way Foundry works with races and classes and stuff, it doesn't function.
Yeah.
Basically, what I have to do is what you did for Dagon's animal companion Casilda.
I don't remember what that was.
It looks from the outside like you had to make a special monster and then figure out how to give him ownership of it.
Okay.
But
at the end of the day,
sure.
I would just think you should just make a blank character token and just That's it.
Keep track of it somewhere else.
Just
Yeah,
keep track of it on paper.
that is probably what I should do.
These are the night goblins.
I forgot. Wait, which one's which?
The little gif. Just ball and chain just swinging around.
Oh man.
Self-destructive.
Yep. The top one is someone's art they did of the game I'm playing.
Gotcha.
Apparently it was a multiplayer game they did with their friend. Their friend was a kobold and they were goblin.
Best frenemies. Kobolds and goblins.
Yep.
Somebody made a rendition of Goodnight Moon, but for hobbits. It's called Goodnight Hobbiton. Not a sponsor. And I was like, that's funny. I could do that with kobolds, and that would be really funny.
Good night, boom.
Goodnight Moldy Cave.
Good night, eldritch horror that lives in the pit. Good night, corpse of dead adventurer who thought they were smarter than our traps.
Here you go, Rook.
What are those things called?
Oh, man. I have no idea. Warhammer.
I want to say they're called Bobkins. Did you guys hear about this? That Napoleon's shortness was just propaganda?
Yeah.
Interesting. I was thinking it'd be funny if they were Napoleonic goblins, and then I was like, wait a minute. Because they're so short.
Yeah, my understanding from, I don't know, when I looked at this, 10 years ago, is that it's basically anti-Napoleon propaganda from the Brits, and the reason for the difference is that the French foot at the time was longer than the British foot, because each country had their own specific measurement, and it
Gotcha.
varied depending on the foot of the monarch at the time.
That's so stupid.
It is. I'm not 100% sure about that last part, but I think that I do think that different countries had different measurements for the same, air quotes, named unit of measurement.
That's
So
I mean, we still do, so I can't say too
Yeah.
much about it. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was trying to change the music. This song is boring.
Wait. They're called squigs.
Squeeze. Okay.
Quigs.
Great.
Yep. Squig hoppers.
A Napoleon goblin is actually a hobgoblin that is still green. So I still think he's still a goblin. I don't know why they made the hobgoblins red. Tamari, hello, welcome in. How are you? I'm doing well.
I think they've always been like reddish to orange colored. Why they gave them like kind of weird lion manes and mutton chops, I'm not totally sure.
Just really flew from up.
Your canvas is getting awfully full.
Yeah. I wanted to leave it all on this time. Dude, that's so good. It's such good art. I love it. Ah! You could have walked away.
Yeah, the specific unit for them, because the war game, are the night goblins with squig hoppers.
All right.
Which is hilarious.
Well, they are no less absurd than a beholder.
That's true.
The biologist and
Honestly,
the screaming.
it also kind of reminds me of some of the wildlife from Morrowind.
Some of the wildlife from Morrowind was just really badly rendered.
Well, it is like almost a 30-year-old game now.
Yeah.
So.
That's only an excuse for graphics quality, not for rendering in bad polygon shape. Whatever.
Niches. Floating swamp jellies.
Loading swamp jellies?
Yeah, niches are basically floating land jelly. Not really land jellyfish, but
Are you looking up
you get what I
Warhammer
mean.
stuff now? Because that's
No,
a
that's
slippery
in
slope. Okay.
it's a Morrowind thing.
Oh. I played Morrowind for a long time, and I don't think I did any of the story.
That's me in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like, I got to Whiterun and then I stopped pursuing story. It's like, it's probably because I have this horrible completionist mindset, and I was like, oh, there are so many side quests. I got to finish all of these before I move on. 150 hours later, and I realized that finally realized that some of these quests refreshed.
Yep.
People
Hey,
still
I'm
joke
looking
about the
at the
original
got
Warhammer
any?
being some sexy polygons. Oh yeah, I mean they're big triangles, you know. Gotta get those big triangles in there somewhere.
Yeah. Just because her bust was angular doesn't mean it wasn't a great rack.
They did a lot of promo work for that game.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. And as far as Dungeon Dive games go, it was actually really cool.
Oh yeah,
I enjoyed the puzzle aspects of it a lot.
there was a lot in that game that was pretty. I don't want to say revolutionary, maybe, but like, maybe that is the way to look at it. 'Cause, yeah, there was a lot in that game.
Yeah,
And it was,
they really pushed the boundaries, I think, for what the systems and the game engines could do.
and the fact that pretty much every PlayStation came with a demo disc of it.
Hmm.
Like, that was like the only one of the only games that I could play for a long time at like, because I'd go to big box stores and they'd have
Hmm.
the electronics department and Tomb Raider. And I was just like, yeah, you could play it for like 20 minutes, play the first level. It was good. I do remember those now. I didn't know what they were called though. They did not look that good when I played the game. Because my
Oh,
computer,
yeah, that's in Skyrim.
yeah, okay. My computer was a potato.
It's potato.
Is potato.
Like the Russian military. Yay.
Made myself
Fine.
sad.
No, I went back to my goblins and they finally finished repairing this city. Okay. What do I need? Need to work on the mushroom farms now.
Hmm. Mushroom farms. I need to make mushroom farms in my Minecraft world. I'm not looking forward to it.
I watched the thing on Joe Rogan, so if someone can correct me on this, that would be great. But apparently, they used to. Kids used to go eat mushrooms they found in cow patties, and they'd get super high, and the government didn't like that, so they started putting fungicides in the cow feed so that the mushrooms couldn't grow in their poop. It's a
That
weird.
sounds like a thing.
It sounds like a thing that happened, yeah. But it's a little weird. A little bit weird. What accents would you give a group of dangerous goblins as opposed to cannon fodder goblins? SEAL Team Gobble levels. What accent? I'd probably give them the same accent. I just wouldn't make them sound like idiots.
Idiot Cockney accent or smart Cockney accent, which is, oh god, what's his name? Plays Alfred in the new Batman movies.
Michael
He's Cockney. Michael Caine?
Caine, yep.
Yeah, Michael Caine.
Yeah. He's Cockney, which is very weird when I was like, wait, he's Cockney? Yeah. He's just an upscale Cockney.
Shat on a turtle.
I tend to not give my goblins accents. I just assume that their horrible mouths cause speech impediments, which is probably not great.
You also make at least your goblin is very neurotic.
Well, that is one very specific goblin. And for him, I really leaned into my speech impediment, my slightly crooked face, and my lisp. So Curdle's sibilance is just off the charts bad.
Oh, Curdle. We'll never get to play with him. At least for a while.
You say that,
I mean,
but it's your own choice.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
But y'all have a new player, so I don't want to make a crowded team. So
Oh, Jonas. Sorry.
Yeah. Look, GMing for 6 people is not that much harder than GMing for 5 people. I don't know about Rook, but when I jump back into the GM seat, I would not be worried to be running a table of 6 people.
Definitely not going to have as many monsters next time. I really designed that as 3 encounters that you guys decided to kick off all at once, and I was like, well, shit.
Oh wow, really?
You
Our
sure
group
railroaded us a
did
bit
that?
better.
Gee, who could have imagined people doing that if only there was any example of that happening at our table before?
Yes, you should have put up better railroads.
It's fine. I was fine with what happened. It just took a long time because I planned it for 3 things.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not actually upset. I'm just razzing you.
I had initially the only thing that I was kind of like, if I don't know if miffed is the right word, but like not planned for, is I wanted to give people the option to have multiple characters, and that turned into everybody just playing all their characters, and it was like, whatever.
Hey, I only played 2 characters of mine. Did I pick the one that was going to be resistant to cold damage? Yes.
Metagaming. It's fine.
It happens. It's fine.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah, and once again, you very heavily implied that we were going to need more people.
Nope, that was not my implication. My implication was you guys could. I didn't want people to feel like they were. That's really the thing, was like I wanted people to be able to bounce around.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was very much just like play whoever you want. If that's 2 people, that's fine. Like I didn't care about it, and it worked because like I had it designed out so that if people wanted to play more than 1 character, it was easily scalable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys could have done that with 3 people, I think. But with more people, it just got chaotic. That was the only problem. It didn't actually change anything, make it more difficult or anything. It just got more chaotic.
Yeah.
Why can't I draw hands today?
We chose chaos.
We did choose chaos.
Yep.
And it was nice to be on the other side of the GM screen for that chaos.
This finger should be down here. That's the problem. Drawing this too long.
Ring went fuzzy for me. Now I can't actually tell what you're working on.
It just got all fuzzy.
I don't know why. It was loading in an ad.
Behold a monkey ball. I already had that on its own layer.
That's why I went all fuzzy. Dropped the lowest possible frame rate. But whatever those are called. Ease.
Keyframes? What? Frame rates?
Went to. Is it frame rate? It went to 144p.
Oh, resolution. Yeah.
Yep. That's the word I was trying to find.
Posture check.
Thank you.
Why do I get the feeling that this gremlin goblin is saying, "In the name of my patron, I wish you would go fuck yourself"?
Yeah. If you guys,
Respectfully.
I highly suggest watching Jessica Jones. It's great. Except I don't think it's anywhere now because they just. It might still be on Netflix, but they might have removed it. But David Tennant as the Purple Man is great.
I never watched it. My brother loved it though, and told me that David Tennant's Purple Man was legit terrifying.
Yeah. I almost told a man to go fuck himself. That was not a pretty sight. Purple Man's abilities are like absolute coercion. If he tells you to do something, you have to do it until he like is not near you. Which makes for a really weird superhero or a supervillain dichotomy.
Yeah. Isn't the reason he's like becomes like obsessed with Jessica is because she is somewhat resistant to that?
Yeah, she somehow is able to fight through it.
Drama.
Yeah.
And you are 100% correct, Elfin Hair. David Tennant's awesome in anything I have ever seen him in. The man does not act in half measures.
Yep.
He is a consummate professional.
I want to say he's one of my favorite doctors. I love all of them, but like he was a great doctor.
Yeah.
But I feel
He's
like
top two for me.
I feel like the Matt Smith doctor just was written better. Like
I
I
agree with
enjoyed
that.
those seasons more, but I really loved David Tennant. So
I've only ever known 3 doctors. The bald dude before Tennant, and Matt Smith.
Eccleston. Yeah.
Yep.
Now there's Capaldi and I can't remember the new one's name.
I can never remember her name either. I've never seen her in anything else. I've watched a little bit of her, and I think she does a really good job. Like, she is trying so hard to carry that, but the writing is not good. I have nothing but respect for her. I don't care to watch much more of that season. I really enjoyed Capaldi, though.
I stopped like halfway through his stuff.
I think I did too, but I liked his portrayal. His interactions with Missy, with the master, were chef's kiss perfection. Those were really fun episodes. Surprised a bit when they let him be the doctor again. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised David Tennant coming back again as well. I was under the impression that it was going to be like really short. Like people were going to get to come back and reprise the role, and they were going to like basically do mini season rewinds almost.
That's cool.
But I have no idea for sure. I'm so far out of the Who universe now that I'm not invested enough to actually pay that much attention to it. I just think it's cool to see David Tennant show up in commercials for new Doctor Who episodes.
I think I'm probably gonna do a little bit of this, probably not all of it, and then call it for the day.
Mm.
I need to go make a birthday cake, and that's gonna take some time. Then I need to be working on the next video.
Do you have a favorite style of cake that you tend to make or are planning on making?
No. I don't bake. I don't bake a lot.
Mm.
And so I basically just, whenever I bake, it's kind of, how do I say this? Baking is chemistry. Like, there's not a lot of ice into it.
Yeah.
Comparatively. You can definitely make, like, very elaborate cakes and things. But my process is just like, what do you want? I will make that. like, whereas with bread, it's like, okay, I have a general idea and I'll figure it out. Like, I'll fiddle with it. Because I'm going to make bread like every day for 4 weeks or whatever. But I don't do that with cakes, or I've never done that with cakes.
You don't need to make 4 weeks worth of cake.
Yeah, it happens so rarely that I'm just like, it's a one-time thing that I just need to know what you want. I like angel food cake, but I don't usually make it.
It's a little finicky for me.
Labor.
Yeah. It's not that bad compared to what my sister does. Like, my sister is legit a baker. Like, once every couple months, she makes a French patisserie level genoise sponge with true buttercream.
How pretentious.
Takes her all day, and it's like amazing cake. It's so good.
Buttercream is not hard. So, like, I do that kind of stuff. That's just mixing. Lots of mixing. But like, yeah, like the sponge cake's pain in the ass.
Like, are you talking about buttercream frosting with powdered sugar?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Made with powdered sugar? Yeah, no, I'm talking about the buttercream where you make a Swiss meringue and then whip butter into it. And if you want chocolate, I guess I can't remember if she does cocoa powder or if she whips ganache into it. Anyway.
I'm not a cake person. I'm not a cake person. The moment he's opposite to Neil Patrick Harris, and that's just insane right now.
Is Neil Patrick Harris?
Is he the Doctor?
No. Is he the Master? Is Neil Patrick Harris acting as the Master, or is Neil Patrick Harris the companion? Is Doctor Who gay now?
Wasn't it Tennant who's kind of like a bisexual? At least I know that he gets kissed by a dude more than once.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, he married the Queen of England, but that's all I know for relationships.
Who hasn't?
Yeah. Goodbye, my love. That's such a good scene.
What was? I don't remember his character's name. He was an American.
World
War One.
Yeah, you're thinking of.
Later, it's part of the Torchwood series.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Harkness? Jack Harkness, something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Something like that. The face of
Captain
Bo.
Jack. Yeah.
And Harris is playing the Puppet Master. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I should catch up on those. I had so much that I just like binge watched a bunch of it, and then I caught up to it, and then once I caught up to it, I kind of started losing interest because it's hard for me to keep. It's hard for me to keep up with long running series.
Yeah.
If they if they come out weekly.
Have
Like,
little spots.
yeah, like I can do stuff like The Mandalorian because it's like 8 episodes,
Mhm,
and so it's
mhm.
like, okay, 8 weeks in a row, and if I miss one or two, like it's fine. But if I miss like 3 months of content and then come back and all of a sudden, like they're still going, it's like I'm never gonna catch up now, and I just stop, and it just gets farther and farther.
Yeah, yeah. Same problem with Critical Role.
Yep. It's the same thing with Critical Role.
Yeah, I had that issue with one of the anime I've been trying to catch up with, called Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's now I haven't heard anything yet, but I think their animation team is on strike, which is like a first in Japan.
Funny.
Good for them.
'Cause
That
it's
needs to
MAPPA.
happen more.
And MAPPA is like one of the biggest offenders of this because they put out stuff so quickly and so cheaply.
Yeah. Look, everybody in Japan who animates or writes anime scripts or writes manga that are adapted into anime, they all need to strike. They all need to strike. Because holy shit, are they being exploited? Bad.
Except for the guy who does One Piece, he actively does this to himself. So
Yeah,
I'm
true.
guessing the next stream we should start hashing out December's theme for donations.
Yeah,
That was
that's
one
true.
person. Oh yeah, I forgot
Because
about that.
Movember is going away.
December. Yeah, no, we'll have to think about it. Feel free to drop suggestions somewhere. I was supposed to put up a YouTube short today. I don't know what it's going to be. But I want to put up something.
reindeer would be a bit complicated. What are the little fuzzy goat balls from League called?
The poros? So
Yeah.
I made, years ago, I made a
They're kinda
poro
Christmassy.
snacks. Yeah, I made poro snacks as a food video. And I just got recently contacted by Riot, and they're like, hey, we want to use your poro snack video for our promotion. And I was like, that's cool, but that channel's kind of dead. And I don't know if I should, give them access to it or not.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just let them do it.
As long as they pay you.
Nope. They wouldn't.
Oh.
They just want to take it and use it in perpetuity with nothing forever, except recognition.
Oh, they're paying you in exposure.
An exposure,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. That's it. All right.
Wrong channel, though.
I think we're going to call it there. I think that's probably good for today. It's 2 o'clock. I'm going to try to get some other stuff done. We drew lots of fun stuff today. This is going to be one of the secret streams, so I'm going to delete it after the fact. And, yeah. Only YouTube members will be able to see it. I'll post this stuff in the Discord like normal, though, so people can fiddle around with the characters and stuff. Other than that, that's all I got. That's all I have for today. Tomorrow we'll be back with a viewer suggestion like normal, and then we'll just keep on keeping on. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out today, everybody. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. We'll catch y'all later.